So in this video, I want to count down some of my favorite purchases from the year 2020. What's up guys, BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. Now, if you're interested in that type of content from someone who just loves comics, then hit the subscribe button, then tap that notification bell so you're not missing out when I post new videos. Now that I've got all the YouTubey stuff out of the way. 2020 has been a great year. I mean, in some respects, right? The year started off just fine. Then, out of nowhere comes this pandemic and life shifts, right? Now, I went from working in an office, which was like 4 minutes down the street from a comic shop, to working at home, which was at least 20 minutes from the nearest comic shop. And then comic stores got shut down. Everything got shut down. Diamond shut down. And all of a sudden, you couldn't buy comics at the comic shop anymore. And that really accelerated my purchases in a way that I didn't think it would, because we got stimulus checks. I was fortunate that my wife and I were both able to work from home, so our income didn't really change. And I run a home-based business, and that income didn't really change either, except it went up in some instances. So I still had the disposable income to buy comics and the added convenience of buying a bunch of them online. So what I've got here are a bunch of my favorite purchases. Almost all of these were online purchases. And I'm going to count them down from number 5 to number 1. And we're going to start with an honorable mention. So there's 6 here. So the reason I've included this as an honorable mention and not like actual favorite is because it's not a comic. But this is, well, my bad. This is cell art or some sort of art from Blood Syndicate issue number 10. Now this is, I've got it framed, although the frame is slightly too small for the piece. So hopefully I'm not damaging it by keeping it in this frame. But I found this on eBay. I think I got it for like $30. And it's just something really cool. I don't know, if it's something that they use to test. Maybe if you're familiar with comic art, you can let me know. But I don't know if it's something they use to test out art before they actually approve the cover or what. But it's got a bunch of layers. It's got like a cyan layer, which is like a light blue. They've got like a yellow layer. They've got a black layer and a red layer. So it's clearly CMYK. I didn't even realize that before I just said it. But so that's clearly like some kind of a printing approval. But you only use CMYK colors for the printer. But anyway, such graphic designer nerd speak. But yeah, so this is issue number 10, and it's like basically like an art proof of the cover. And it's also mirror imaged, so fun fact. So I got this. I really, really kind of fell in love with Milestone Comics this year. I had not been familiar with Milestone Media before. I mean, obviously I knew about Static Shock, but that was really it. And so I read a few issues of Blood Syndicate because I found them in a comic store here in Wake Forest, North Carolina. And I was like, I gotta have more of this. And so I've been collecting, runs. I've been trying to get a full run of the first 4 series. I've got all of Icon. That's the only one that's complete so far. I really enjoyed Icon, but my favorite of all 4 series has been Blood Syndicate. So when I found this print online, I was super excited to grab it. And that's the honorable mention. Now, the rest of these, I'm gonna put in order. So I'm gonna try to rank them right now. All right, my number 5 favorite purchase of the year is the Batman Hush 15th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. Now, obviously, Hush is one of those seminal stories. It's Jim Lee on artwork, but this specific purchase was sentimental for me. When I got into comic books last year, I have a coworker, his name is Blue, who is very much into comic books. And so I went to the comic shop with him a couple times, and he was like, look, if you're going to be into comics, right? And, well, I expressed like, I would buy a book here and there, and I'd be really disappointed because I didn't like the artwork in them. So yeah, I'd be disappointed because I didn't like the artwork in them. And so he was like, well, look, I know your favorite character is Batman. Cool. And if you're into artwork, then your search should begin and end with Jim Lee. So I bought the Batman Hush trade paperback from Atomic Empire in Durham. But yeah, so I bought that. Really liked it. I read through it in like one sitting, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. So I was like, I got to get a deluxe edition of this, and I just got around to getting this 2-3 months ago. Found it on eBay. I really get lucky with eBay auctions. I think I got this for like $10, and it was going for like 40 and 50 everywhere else. But yeah, so this is my number 5 favorite purchase of the year for all the feels. My number 4 favorite purchase of the year. Trying to decide which one's going to be number 4 and which one's going to be number 3. All right, this will be number 4. So my number 4 favorite purchase of the year is the Marvel's 25th anniversary hardcover. Now, when I got into comics, it was really my favorite character is Batman, and we all know that. And so when I got into comic books, I pretty much just bought a bunch of Batman stuff. And it became evident that I have like no Marvel in my collection. The issue is that when I would go to the comic shop, every Marvel, there's like 1 million Spider-Man books, right? There's like 50 X-Men books, especially now. There was just so many books there, I had no idea where to start. And because a lot of the Marvel stuff wasn't, rebooting, or they had never rebooted their universe, right? Like when I got into DC, it was like, oh, you can start with the New 52 or you can start with Rebirth. And so I bought the Batman New 52 Omnibus. I started a bunch of series like at Rebirth, and it was great. So I felt like, all right, cool, I can get into this. And then I went back and got some of the more classic stories. Marvel doesn't really have jumping on points like that. So I just avoided buying it because it was just confusing for me. So anyway, I heard about this book called Marvels, and it's basically like celebrating seminal events in the Marvel Universe, but it's from a perspective of this reporter. And let me tell you, it's written by Kurt Busiek, artwork by Alex Ross. I'm sure if I'm talking to comic book fans, I don't have to introduce this book. The way it was recommended to me, it was like, everyone's read this. This is a no-brainer. You need to pick it up. But this art, I gotta be careful. I don't want to damage it. But yeah, that Captain America right there, amazing. There's like the wedding of Sue Storm, and Mr. Fantastic is here. There's an encounter with the X-Men here. The Silver Surfer's here. And the way it's painted just brings a degree of realism that's just like, wow, this is amazing. And it kind of makes you want to go back and reference some of those original events. I still haven't. Like, I haven't read a bunch of cosmic stuff. I haven't read a bunch of Silver Surfer at all. But, yeah, this is really cool. This was basically my introduction to the Marvel Universe. Now, Marvel takes up half of my shelf. I've got a bunch of Marvel stuff, but this was the first Marvel book that I bought. So, that's going to be number 4. Number 3, and I hate to do this, but number 3 is Batman 3 Jokers. Now, 3 Jokers, hello Charlotte. 3 Jokers, was my first big Batman event. There was 3 Jokers and the Joker War kind of happening around the same time. And 3 Jokers was just the one that was the most hyped. And it's got amazing artwork. I did an overview of this hardcover, so you guys will be able to see that if you go back to the channel. But 3 Jokers is this story about Batman discovering that there's 3 Jokers and trying to figure out who they are and how they came to be. This event came with so much hype, and there were so many different covers. And of course, I bought them all. So the experience of buying 3 Jokers was definitely one of my favorite things about the year 2020 in comics. The story didn't hold up as well as I feel like it could have, but there's supposedly going to be a 3 Jokers 2, and so we'll see how that goes. So that's my 3rd favorite purchase of the year. My 2nd favorite purchase of the year is the set of Kingstone Bibles, and I reviewed these earlier this year. But the Kingstone Bible is basically a graphic adaptation of the Bible from Genesis to Revelations. It's a 3-volume set. And I mean, the artwork is amazing. It's written by a few different writers and evangelical leaders, and then it's got artwork by a bunch of people. And apparently the guy won't hire artists for these books unless they've done work for Marvel and or DC first. And I mean, that really shows in the artwork in these books, but overall, they're very well put together. I really enjoyed reading them or thumbing through them. I haven't read them all the way through yet, but definitely one of my favorite purchases of the year. My second favorite, actually. And my favorite purchase this year. This was an item that I thought I would never buy. And I've done a video on this one as well. But it's got to be this. My first slab, Batman issue 655 by Grant Morrison with artwork by Andy Kubert. The first appearance, yeah, Andy, not Adam. The first appearance of Damian Wayne. Damian is my favorite Robin. I really enjoy Damian Wayne. His personality, his antics, it's great. So to have this slabbed in a CGC 9.8 is it's awesome. I'm excited to be able to own this. I think I paid $150 for this on layaway, so I bought it over several months. But it's mine, I own it, and I'm excited to have it. So there you go. Those are my top 5 purchases of the year. And once I sell this cat, that'll be a top 5. I'm joking. I'm not gonna sell my cat, but she's enjoying that window there. All right, see, the window's open. I'm not a cruel person. But yeah, I've really enjoyed growing the collection in 2020. I probably bought way too much stuff. I'm fortunate that, we were in a position where we were able to buy things and sell things and, grow the family. There's a lot of exciting things coming up in 2021. But yeah, I'm excited that I was able to kind of start this collection or really kickstart it because of the pandemic and, being able to find really good deals on eBay. But yeah, and I'm glad that we were able to start this channel and I get to share this love of collecting with you guys. So let me know below, like in the comments, what were your favorite things that you bought this year? I didn't even touch on like my top single issues or ongoing series this year. Maybe that'll be another video that I do. But yeah, let me know what you liked in the comments, and I hope you saw something you liked here. If not, that's cool. You can buy what you like. Make sure you read what you buy and be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.